In this video, I'm going to show you how you can generate images based on Airtable data using mini extensions and OpenAI's DALL-E 3. So here's a sample table I've set up. It's a really simple example. I just have a field with a couple of event descriptions, if you like, and I have an attachment field where the generated image is going to be stored. So basically the way this is going to work is we're going to create an automation on mini extensions that is connected to OpenAI's API. And then with the data that is in this field, we're going to generate an image. And I'm going to show you how to do that right now. So the first thing we're going to need is we're going to need an OpenAI API key. So if you're in your workspace settings, and you go to your APIs keys section, if you don't already have an OpenAI API key, you're going to need to add one. So in order to do that, you just hit the plus icon, you give it a name, you select the key type to be OpenAI, and you enter a value. And you can get that value by going to platform.openai.com, and then you can select dashboard, and then you select API keys. Make sure you have the correct project selected at the top. If you're just a personal user, the default values are probably going to be fine, but if you're an organization, you might need to adjust that first. So yeah, so once you're on the API keys page, you can click to create a new secret key, and then you're going to get a key that starts with an SK, and you need to copy that and then paste it in here in the workspace settings, and that creates the API key in your workspace. Okay, and once you're done with that, you can go to your mini extensions dashboard, and you go to the base where you want to add that automation. You just hit the create button to get to our extension automation list, and you'll find the DALL-E 3 generate images automation right at the top of the list, or you can always also just start searching and you'll find this one right away. Okay, then you just click on it, select the right table, and hit create again. And now we have our automation configuration page here, which is really easy to set up. All you have to do is you just have to select the OpenAI API key to use. So you just select it from the list of workspace secrets. Then you select your input field, which in our case is the event field. You select the output field, which is an attachment field. This is going to be pre-selected with the first attachment field in your table, but obviously you can change that. In my case, obviously I only have 2 fields here, so this is perfect already. And if you like, you can add an additional prompt. If you don't add anything here, the only data that's going to be passed into DALL-E 3 would be what's in the actual field. So it would literally just say soccer in the park, camping by the lake, etc. If you want to add more information to that, you can do so either with a static prompt that you just type in here, or you can select another Airtable field that has specific instructions as well, in addition to the input field. So there might be cases where that's super useful. In others, like this one, it's, maybe a static prompt is all you need. Maybe just say like, generate an image for these events in, I don't know, like a comic book style or whatever you want really, right? So this is just an example. Well, we're gonna see what happens when I do this. On the processing behavior, you can select if you want to skip or overwrite existing data. So when there's already an attachment in the attachment field we've selected, by default, it's going to skip those records, but you can set it to overwrite as well. And then in the Run tab, we have 2 options. We can either get a formula to process individual records. So that basically generates or that generates a formula that you can use as a button in Airtable, for example, where you just click on the button and you can generate an image for just that one record, or you can process in bulk. For this, you also have the option to select a specific view, so only the records that are in that view are going to be processed. And by default, test mode is enabled. Test mode is only going to um, process one record at a time, which is a good idea to do when you first try it out, because obviously this being a third-party integration, there's cost involved with the OpenAI API. So every image you generate is going to cost you. So you want to make sure that um, it does what you want it to do first before you run it on like hundreds of records, right? Because then you'd just be wasting money. So yeah, so since I only have 3 records, I'm just going to turn off test mode here and I'm just going to run it. And then this will take a moment. Obviously, like this being an image generator, it takes a little longer than our other OpenAI automations, which are text-based and therefore much faster. So this takes a little while. So you have to be a little patient, but you see it's already done. This is not sped up or anything. And now if we go back to Airtable, we already have our images here. So let's see what we came up with. Soccer in the park. That's pretty cool. And then, yeah, we'll have a couple other examples here. So, you can be quite creative with these. These can be used in obviously a ton of different use cases. It's like say having some kind of thumbnail for an event. That was kind of the idea behind this example. So maybe you have like I don't know, like a scout group or something like that, and you want to have a thumbnail for events. But you can do basically everything in combination, with the prompt and the data that's actually in Airtable. You can do a ton of stuff. So if you have any questions about any of this or need any help setting this up, feel free to let us know and we'd be happy to assist you.